everything with love? What if I hurt? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I hurt? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? I said, what if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around and everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm
Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Like on it.
I am.
Hello.
Good morning. Oh my goodness.
I hope you put your green on because it's green.
It is.
It's a
Happy
great
March.
month. I know. It's
Happy
month of
March.
Our green.
Hi, ladies. We're on.
Hi.
So,
Even Linda has her green on today.
yeah.
Green day.
It's green. I have a little green in here somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, the whole lots of
A
green.
whole, lots of green.
That's what I
Kelly
pulled from that
green.
anyway. You know she sends me her outfits ahead of time and then I pick what I'm wearing. So
There
I saw
you
a bunch
go.
of green in there. I said, well, I have a green dress.
There you go.
And our
And
new
we,
books are
our
green.
books are green. So
there
that'll
you
do
go.
it too.
Or Science of Mind books, yeah.
Yes.
All right. We've got a fun new topic today.
We do.
And
So,
so much going on.
right? Oh, as always. So we're located here at Reverend Dr. Michelle's practice, Unleash Your Life Studios is what we like to call it. And that's at 7220 North 16th Street. We're between Northern and Glendale, so you still have time to get here.
Hurry, hurry.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Never late.
But yeah, so she offers this to us and continues to support us as our ministry grows. And we are so grateful for that.
Oh my gosh, I
So
love
grateful
this.
for
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And so if you are looking to grow as an individual, there is still time to join Best Year Yet. Yes, we are in our 3rd month, but that doesn't mean you
Third
can't
month
join.
already. Can you believe it?
I can't.
Stop it.
I can't believe it. I
Gosh,
cannot
the
believe
first
we're in
quarter's
March.
already over.
I know.
I know.
It's crazy. But look at how much we've done in the first quarter.
I know.
Like we are like totally there, bucking
Moving.
away on our
Got
stuff.
our first concert around the corner.
Our concert,
Yay.
our spring concert coming
Yeah,
up.
May 8th. So make sure your calendar is marked May 8th.
Yes,
Mhm.
May 8th.
Yes.
Yeah, so mark your calendar
6 o'clock,
for that.
Right? 6 o'clock?
I
6:30?
think we
6 o'clock.
said 6:30.
6:30.
Yes, the concert will be 6:30 to 8:30. And
No,
you
6:30 to 9:30. Because we have the hour of degree.
there you go. Never mind. 6:30 to 9:30.
And then 7 to 9.
Whatever.
Anyway, it's in the evening. We will,
It's at the
fine
night,
tune the
yeah.
dates, and then we'll tell you. Fine tune the
Okay,
time.
we're not that organized. Okay.
We're still figuring it out.
We're still figuring
But we
it out.
have some great people in our lineup for that concert. You're
We
not going to want to
do.
miss it. We've got Cerise, we've got Marcy, Baruch, we've got Adam Smith, we've got Sisters in Spirit, we've got
Yes.
Reverend Jennifer Sheets.
Yes, it's just going to be an
It's Reverend,
amazing.
right? She's
I
Reverend?
don't know.
I don't know.
But Jennifer Ann
Anyway,
Sheets, she's
Reverend.
a New Thought singer, so she's amazing as well.
Yes.
And so you're not going to want to miss this. There's a collaboration. And if you were waiting online beforehand, you heard our new song written by Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu here. So you'll be hearing that in a combination, collaboration.
Yeah.
Yes.
So excited. with
You'll be
all
hearing that
voices.
as well.
So
So, yes. All right. So we are going to get started. And yeah, shall I pray us in?
Let's do it.
All right.
There you go.
Just in the knowing and the experience that this is love, this is life, this is the divine in action. And that we are one with that. We are one of that. There is no separation. There is only one. So that anything that we do, say, or be is the experience of each of us. Knowing that love is all there is. And as we begin within today, knowing that our hearts are one. I speak my word for the highest and best of this time together. That as we open our hearts, open our minds, and open our mouths to know and express the divine as us, we are guided, guarded, and protected. That we are blessed. And I speak blessings of love for leaders and teachers of all faiths everywhere. Leaders and teachers of all countries, cities, and states. Knowing that these leaders are blessed. They are guided, guarded, and protected to bring the best forward in everything and in every way. So I send them these blessings. And with this, I am so grateful. I say thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, universe, for this time together. I let this go, calling it good, so very good. And together we say,
And
so it is. The one thing we forgot,
What did we forget?
we forgot to introduce ourselves.
Oh my goodness.
I'm Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns.
And I'm Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu. And together we
are Sofa
Sundays.
There we go. I just thought
And
that
our
some.
mug shot,
Oh yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna do
like
our
the mug shot.
morning mug shot.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
There are some days that I think, well, I know it's listed online there, but people might not know us.
That's true, and that would be sad.
That would be sad.
You should know us.
You should know us for
Yes,
sure.
You should know us.
Oh, good morning from Australia.
Uh-huh.
Evie's online. Hi, Ev. She is so amazing.
She makes us global.
She does make us
I
global.
know.
She is so amazing. She was on Best Year Yet, our monthly workshop. She was there. It was like 4:30 in the morning her
Oh,
time.
my
She's 18 hours
Lord.
ahead of us. So
She's determined.
yes. So
I love it.
and she makes us global. So
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Thank
Abby.
you, Abby, for making
Thank
us
you,
global
Abby.
this morning. We love that.
Yes,
So
we-
fun.
It is. It is. So we've been
Around
global
the
for
world.
2 years now
Around the world. I know.
because of
We're
Abby.
a global spiritual church club. Everyone.
There you go.
Yay.
Yay. So today,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
What
a
is it?
success in all I do.
Really? Because I am a success in all that I do.
Oh my goodness. Anybody else?
I'm a
Yeah.
success. You too? Wow.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I am a success
Seriously.
in all that I do.
Yes. Amen.
Right?
Amen, sister. Preach it loud. For those
Amen.
in the back.
Hey, you in the back there. Are you a success in all you do?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Affirmation,
Affirmation.
confirmation, all of that.
Exactly.
Very
You know,
good.
that is one of the amazing things to recall, that when we speak affirmatively about ourselves, we are listening.
oh, then there's that.
There's that.
Just
We're
started.
listening.
She's starting with that. Woo!
Yes,
You're listening.
you're listening.
You are.
And that's the thing, right? Your words have power. They have
Lots of
power.
words.
It is about what I say to myself. And sometimes I'm going to admit it. Sometimes I'm not talking nice.
Mhm.
You know, I'll be like, oh, why'd you do that? Or how could you have messed that up? And, you know, when that happens for me, I have a wonderful partner who tells me and reminds me who exactly I am in spirit.
Good job.
You know, and I need that sometimes, you know, because sometimes I get a little
Well,
faltering.
we're still in the human experience.
Exactly.
And it's really a good one, right? I mean, you almost forget. I mean, you do forget who you really are. because
Sometimes.
This experience is, it's meant to do that so that you
Right.
can come back to remembering who you are, which it's
Yeah.
a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
But
Right. Because we're
still.
here to give God a good time.
I know.
Right? And
Crack it up, like,
that is the
oh.
thing. So remembering I'm a success in all that I do can sometimes slip through, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget those things. Did you have a reading?
No, I could
You
start
could?
here.
I have a
I
few
could start here.
too.
She's
Yeah.
got lots of readings. I actually got one this morning. You know, I was as a business coach, and I think about success is always a word. I want to be successful. I want my business to be successful. I don't know why we can't. Why are we having trouble? But it's all beginning within, right? It's all coming from within. And in our trusty Science of Mind notebook,
Yes,
there is a section about that. So I thought I'd just start us off right here where it says, this is on page 301. It starts with the second full paragraph, and it says, so our success in business, which you could say in life. So in my mind, one of the things I do when I work with clients is I try to help them see that your business is just a part of your life. It shouldn't be your life, right? It's one little piece of your life. Your life is the actual business, right? And the job or the work or the purpose that you have supports the actual business, which is your life. But we seem to get this term out. So in my mind, I read this a little bit differently. Our success in business, so to me in my life, our success in business, the activity which we generate through the activity which we generate through the operation of the law, that's the law of God, which always says yes, depends on our ability to conceive. At all times, we are either drawing things to us or pushing them away. In the average individual, this process goes on without his knowing it. But ignorance of the law does not change its result. So that means that whether I'm purposefully thinking and intending the outcome to happen, Whether I'm realizing it or not, I'm causing it through my thoughts. So if I'm thinking good thoughts, the law says yes. If I'm thinking bad thoughts, the law says yes. Doesn't matter what I'm thinking or if I'm aware of what I'm thinking. So what someone will say, what someone will say, do you think that I thought failure or wanted to fail? Of course not. Perhaps you thought that failure might come. Maybe you even feared it would come, or in some other way gave it entrance into your mind.
That is it.
It's up here. So we live in mind, and it can return to us only what we think into it. So through our thoughts in mind, law says yes and gives us more of that, right? So no matter what we do, law will always obtain. If we are thinking of ourselves as poor and needy, then the mind has no choice but return what we have thought into it. It is done unto you as you believe. Thoughts of failure, limitation, or poverty are negative and must be counted out of our lives for all time. God has given us a power and we must use it. We can do more towards saving the world by proving this law than all that charity has ever given to it.
I love this.
Me too.
I love this area, and a lot of New Thought, ancient wisdom principles are on this, right? Thinking about whatever you think about comes about.
Yeah.
And I love, the question where it said, well, what did you think? I was thinking about failure. Oh,
Yeah,
because
do you think I wanted it to fail? That's like, do you think I want to fail?
right. But did I have doubts? Did I have doubts? So there's the entrance that can happen.
Right.
Right? Did I have doubts about what was going to come about? And sometimes I do.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's, you can't control the first thought. You can control what you feed it. Okay? So that is very necessary to remember. Yes, things come in because we're human. And because we've watched the news.
Right.
Because we have friends who say, that can't be done. Whatever.
Right. Whatever.
We could have a first thought situation that says, no, you're not successful. No, you're not important. No, you're not whatever. Yet, am I feeding that? Am I feeding that with, well, she was right. I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Why could I do that? Right? And then as we feed that, that's when failure comes. That's when the lack of success. And so my one on that is on page 207, talking about the physical perfection of life. Because, for me, my failures come in health related issues, right?
They can show up in lots of ways.
Yeah. So when we talk about success, I just want to give it an overarching thing of the best in every section of your life, your relationships, your career, your, growth areas, whatever it is. So success is an overarching goal. And for me, my failures come up in health things. Well, did you think I wanted cancer? Did you think I wanted issues with my joints? But where in my mind may I have thought something that way? I don't know, right? I can't address what that was because I'm not sure at this moment, but I can say that is not my thought process now, right? That's not my thought process today.
That's why we have to guard our thoughts, because nothing says, because I think failure for my business, like I'm worried about failure for my business, and it's actually going to show up in the business. It could show up in the body, which causes failure in the business, right?
Sure.
Now I can't tend to
because now I can't do the thing
as much, right? Or fears about, I can remember the whole thing with Michelle, the getting that big opportunity to speak. And it was one of her big things was to elevate to be more of a speaker. And then she fell, right? Remember she fell and she broke her knee and her wrist?
Yeah, she had some serious
right?
ankle.
And it kept her from being, and then she didn't even realize that when that happened, she couldn't do the speaking thing. And then she had to heal. And when she got done healing, she went right back to what she was before. She never actually went
Right.
and then she didn't catch that.
Hmm.
She didn't fail at speaking. She never got to speaking, right? She got stalled out right here and then never, not even consciously, but she
Right.
just didn't step back in
That's
again
what-
until later. So you have to be hyper aware. That's why it's really great to have a tribe, because your tribe can go, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing? Why are you, go ahead, honey. Go ahead, honey. It's fine. He spilled a little bit, so he's gonna, it's just right here. So like, that's something I think is really important to recognize, that it's not always gonna show up like
In the
you think
area.
it's gonna show up. Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, I really watched my thoughts around my eating habits this week. And I'll tell you, that's usually where my big failures are. I'm not going to be honest.
Well,
My big
what is
failures
good?
in my eating habits go, I'm going to eat raw food and healthy and drink all my water and have
So we
some
my sister.
and have some cookies. Where'd that come from? Yeah, it's like it happens.
How those cookies get in there?
It happens. There's actually a video
Well, I have
on
a baker in my house who just keeps saying, you do that too.
There's actually a video on Facebook where this like really buff guy goes to get a banana and he pulls the banana off, and when he turns around, it's Oreos. It's hysterical. So he goes back for another banana and it's Oreos again. It's hysterical. And I have not related to something on social media so much in my life, right?
Oh my
Um,
God.
Gold Oreos.
So substance, this is page 207. Substance, which receives the impress of our thought. So those that are in science of mind or have been around science of mind teachings, we talk about our science of mind symbol, which is a circle of all of life, right? There's no beginning, there's no end, with a V in the middle of it that shows open at the top, meaning that source energy, God, universal thought is up there, and if you're a Abraham Hicks fan, then this is your vortex. This is the place where there is everything you've ever wanted, and it comes down through our soul, our desire into manifestation, and it gets stopped a little in the middle by our belief
Why?
systems.
What?
Yeah, our little BS.
Little filter.
The
our
little
BS
filter. And so if you see the V, you'll see these two lines on the side, and that's your BS.
Here.
So just giving you a little science
Yeah.
of mind.
Love the reminder.
Yes,
Right?
there you
I
go.
mean, for real.
So when we stop to realize how subtle thoughts are, how unconsciously we think negation, how easy it is to get down and out mentally, we shall see that each is perpetuating his own condition. This is why people go from bad to worse, or from success to greater success.
Yes.
The law only says
Yes.
Exactly. It only says yes. Do you want more of that? Yes. That's what you're getting.
And it
Yes.
only affirms the whatever you're saying.
Right.
So if I say I'm not afraid, it doesn't take the not in consideration. It only
Right.
affirms what you say.
Afraid.
That's why you'd say I'm courageous. I
Right.
am brave. It only affirms that. It
Right.
doesn't, so it's not hearing the negative, which is
I
why
don't
we have
want
the
red lights.
That's-
I want green.
green light. Thank you. Anne says
Yeah.
I don't want red lights. I want green lights. So
Yes.
you have to
You have to
Constantly
affirm the positive.
flipping it around.
Eliminate the negative. What was that song?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a Disney song.
She's
I don't recall it. But
disappointed in me now.
I am disappointed in you. You have younger
Don't
children.
eliminate the positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right?
I know.
It's in
Inside Out?
in Jungle Book.
It's in Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the bear singing
Bare
it.
necessities.
yeah.
Bare
Bare
necessities.
Yes, yes.
There we go. I knew. There's always a reason to have a 11-year-old in the room.
It's important.
It's important.
Yes.
All right. So I told you about that one, but I have another one.
Let's do it.
All right.
What
This
you
is
got?
on 277.4.
All right.
We're marking up our new books. It's so great.
It's awesome.
Like, it's all highlighted.
that
They
here?
looked naked.
They did.
I know.
They did. They're putting on a little clothing. Okay, this one is actually called Success and Happiness.
Ooh.
I mean,
this is that's what we're talking about.
yeah, I'm not like making this up. Okay. Success and happiness are ours when we deal with the absoluteness, the divine.
Oh.
This is the attitude we should have. What we need to know is the truth, big capital T truth. This does not mean that we need to not be active. Okay, remember I've talked about this before. You believe in God and God's taking care of all your needs, you still pay APS.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to be
Yeah.
clear.
To be clear, you still have your
I don't
part
know
to
how
do.
this got confused.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Right? We all know that story. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. Yeah. Of course we shall be active, but we need not compel things to happen. So here is that subtle thing. You do your work
Yes.
and you allow what is yours to come to you afterwards, right? You don't make it happen. The more you push, if it is not yours, the further it'll run.
Because the how belongs to who?
The how belongs to who?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Dr. Seuss thing. We're having like a real thing.
The how is God's deal? We just point
We
north.
you would just say, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Only remember we are surrounded by a universal subjectivity, a subjective creative consciousness, which is receptive, neutral,
The big one right there.
impersonal. You are not God's favorite.
This is not true.
I know.
I don't want to be the queen or the princess or number one. I just want to be the favorite. My whole
Right.
family knows that. Like, don't
You
call
just want to be the
Michelle.
favorite.
Yeah, I just want to be the. I like.
Yeah.
I'm sure that said favorite on it. So my sister always wanted to be the princess. I'm like, I don't. I just want to be the favorite. That's all I want.
I'm sorry. It's neutral and
I know, this is what-
impersonal.
I'm having a problem with this though.
I know.
I want to be the favorite.
That'll be next week's discussion. Always receiving the impress of our thought, which has no alternative other than to operate directly upon it,
Yes.
thus creating the things which we think.
Oh my gosh, are you all flashing through your brain right now?
Like,
what am I thinking about? What I've been thinking about? It's gonna do what with what I'm thinking about?
No,
Oh my
actually,
God.
what flashes through my brain is listening to Edwin Gaines say, I prayed you in, I'll pray you out.
Oh, I love it. God, I love her. I love that woman. I pray to you and I'll pray.
I'll pray you out. Yeah.
Piece of work.
She really is. She's awesome. So there we go. That's like the big part of knowing our divine nature, right? And of being a success. One, you determine what success means to you, right? Like for a lot of people, that means high money. They have lots of money. For other people, it means they're the favorite or famous or, depending what, you desire. We were
friends. It's my tribe.
your tribe. Yeah. So it's exactly, there are things like what creates success for us. We were just no, you weren't there yesterday, were you, Barb? No. Ann and I yesterday, we're in our best year yet class, and we were asked to,
You made the face.
oh gosh, because it was big. It was about the big impossible. Like she asked us to look at our heart maps, and we put down, like I have things that are easily accomplished on my heart map and things that are going to take some effort or stretch of my comfort zone. No, she asked for the thing we think is impossible. That thing we think, nope, can't happen. And I wasn't going to
Start sweating.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. And God bless her, but she takes you through a whole process for this. It's not like, okay, now write it down.
I'm like,
right? Yeah. Right?
It's like,
See?
don't ask me.
No, there's a whole process taken for that.
All right.
And then she asked people to share. So there was a little nervousness in the room. And somebody shared something that was so big for her And when she shared it, you could tell that it was so big for her. And that gave me the courage to share mine.
Oh, look what we do for each other.
Right?
Good job, whoever that was. Good
Yeah.
job.
So
Love that.
like, I just don't feel it's mine to share of hers. So,
right. No,
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
want you to. But
Yeah.
I just want that to
Yeah.
be noticed that
So that is,
our
yeah.
courage causes other
Other
people to
people
have
to
courage.
share
I
their
love
big
that.
thing. Yeah. And so mine is I want to have a viral TED Talk.
Oh, I think
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Cool.
That's what I want.
How is that impossible though? That's
Because
that's
it
so
just,
real right here. I can
I
feel
don't
it.
know. So then, oh yeah, it doesn't end there.
I'm ready for that.
Doesn't end there, right? So there's your thing. All right, where's your thing? Here's your thing. But it doesn't end. Now it's like, so if you knew that question, that question.
Oh, I already know it's. Go ahead.
If you knew you couldn't fail,
Mhm.
what would you do?
You stepped right into that.
I
I'm
know
sorry.
it.
You stepped
I
right
know
into
it.
that.
I knew I should have
Like,
slept in.
yeah.
Oh my.
Like the
So,
rest of us.
uh-huh. So
Yep. She set you up.
she did. And she's good for that.
She's
Right?
good, really good at that.
And so I wrote down, if I knew I couldn't fail,
Mhm.
I would step into every speaking engagement as if it was my TED Talk.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And so there it is. It's out there, right? My success. I am a success in what I do.
You know though about you that I think is so cool. You already do that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I see you,
agree.
right? You bring everything to when you talk. You put it all out there. And I know you're nervous sometimes because you've told me. I
Yeah.
can't tell by looking at you doing it, but you've said, but you do it anyway because that's a desire. And you can't, in my mind, some of the things that we think we want out here, right? We have to step into it from here.
Right,
And we have to evolve to here.
right.
But sometimes people think, well, I want that, and I don't know how they won't even they don't want to get to the process to get here. They just want to
Right. They wanna
thing
go
is
A to
going.
J.
Yeah.
And there's 9 letters in.
Yes.
I already went unconscious. I don't even remember what I shared yesterday.
Ah,
I'm already
Right.
unconscious.
So
Are you
important.
sitting there thinking, what was mine?
So it's such a good exercise to say, what do I want? And if I knew I couldn't fail, what would I do? And to then boldly step into it as fast as you can before that other monkey mind comes in and tells you all these other reasons why
Right.
it's not going to work, or are you crazy, or who are you? Like, just
And that's
run,
where
and then ask the question again and run, and ask the question again and run. Like you have to just
And that's where the impossibility, that
Yeah.
part that you said about the monkey mind, that's the impossibility,
that's the liar.
right? That's the part
Liar.
that says, who wants to hear what I have to say?
Mhm.
That's the part that says, well, I am not young enough, pretty enough, educated enough, like whatever enoughs I throw in there for that.
Right.
I don't have the right connections to get there, right? So like these are the things that jump in and jump out when we have an impossibility.
And this is
Come
your
on.
BS system.
Oh yeah, there it
This
is.
our belief
Right there.
system. This is their
There.
filter that comes through that blocks us from having the experience we want because it has to run through this filter.
Mhm.
And it's so great to be aware of it because the one thing, if I've learned anything in my years of being a business consultant or a coach or a life coach or in my own personal life, is that we have to step boldly into what we want to be doing to bring it about to us. We can't, and I've just lost my train of thought, but I just lost, I'll get it back. I'll get it back. I heard the ding in my mind.
Okay.
What was that? Like, I lost what I was holding in my brain. What were you saying though? So we get it back. You were saying
about how the impossibility comes up for me because
right.
of
Okay.
these
So here's
belief
what I was going to
systems.
say. I learned this a few years ago, which is why I was able to start my podcast because I think it was Russell Brunson who said that we all have an audience. We all have, if you are called to deliver whatever it is, so it might be speaking, might be a product, it might be a book, it might be whatever, a song, whatever it is, that is coming through you because there is a request for it from the collective, right? If there's something out here, You already have the audience that's there. So when you don't do it because you're afraid, or who am I, or who's going to care, or
Right.
you're denying the prayer or the wants of this whoever it is, because you're afraid of the other ones that aren't your people. So
And the collective will not be denied.
no,
Someone else will step in there.
Will get that call then, and they will
Right.
still move around because it's not been fulfilled.
Right.
But it came, you got the hit for it.
Because I created coffee bags when I was 17 years old.
Oh gosh.
I did. But I didn't do anything about it. And they created it. I'm just saying. You know,
Don't we all have
coffee bag, like a
something
tea
that-
bag, a
that-
coffee bag.
Yeah,
Because
right.
when I was 17, I didn't have a coffee pot. And I
Yeah.
thought, wouldn't it be great if we could just make it? Because I was doing a filter over my cup and pouring. Yeah. So I
See,
said,
you
man,
could still
coffee
make
bag
your
would be
own
good.
Coffee with that. That's still a great idea. I
Yeah,
like it.
it's
So you get a
good,
cute
but-
little packaging.
But
I'm the
anyway, I
business, I'm the
digress.
business.
See, look at her.
I'm building a business right now. Here we go. And then we can do this, and we can. No, but what I've realized, and what helps me to do things, even if I feel scared or vulnerable or who am I, kind of that feeling, I go, well, I'm somebody for someone. This is happening because certain people are going to hear my voice. They're calling for me, my way, what I have to say through my experience, right? This is mine to give. And there's going to be a whole other group who are going to be like, I don't agree with her. I don't like her hair. I don't like how she says that. And those aren't that's fine.
Right. That's
You're
not
my
your
people.
group. That's
You're
not
not
your
who
people.
I came for. I came for whoever else. That has helped me so much to step more boldly into what my desires are to create or give, is that I have to let go of, I'm not going to collect everyone. I'm not going to
You're not
for
tacos.
everybody. And why should I? There's so many of us out here. We all, like if I were to feel this way about singing, if you think about your favorite singer, artist, right? If that person said, well, there's already so many singers.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, so there's already a singer out there. We'd have the versatility of music. If all of those wonderful artists said, well, someone's already doing it like that. There's already someone singing country music. I can't do that.
Right.
Like what? So you have to even look at that. No, you still have new singers, new music, new art, new people producing every day, even though there's tons of it out here.
I love that. I love that. That is so
Yes.
true.
Oh,
Even though there are others out there,
yes.
you have a specific niche. That is
Something.
yours, your people.
But you create because you have to get it out through your
Yes.
body or whatever. Like lyric, I feel like not everybody's gonna like this. I don't know what's wrong with you, but
They're wrong. But, yeah. Not everybody's going to like this. They're wrong.
yes,
But, yeah.
there's something wrong. But for those people that see something in it, for us, when we saw this, we were
We're
like,
like, yes.
this
Can we use
says
this? Yeah.
us. Can we have it? Like that's great. But for her, it was, she got it out. And then if you liked it, that was fine, but she really doesn't care. It's hers to produce, and then whoever's it's for is that's
It
how
is.
you can't. I just think you just don't be married to what anybody else thinks. Put it out because that's what you feel called to give. And so when you feel called to your TED Talk, I say yes, everything should just keep producing and producing, and then
There you go.
that's it. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it.
Thank you. It's nice to have
Might
a
have been
business
5
coach
cents,
as a
but-
partner.
Oh my
So
God.
it helps. I do have another one. This is on page 400. And it
You went
is
all
the-
over the
I
place.
did.
So
I went
good.
all over the place. I have a concordance, so I can.
I do too. I should pull it out.
Yeah.
I forget about all these things that I
Right? So it's page 400, the second paragraph. The idea of a successful life will create success.
Amen, sister. Say it again.
The idea of a successful life will create success.
Doesn't that feel good? That should have been an affirmation. I might
Right?
consider that one.
Right? This idea will find objective form in the outer world of the one who holds to it with conviction. So again, going back to having the conviction, not allowing that belief system,
Yep.
that BS
Yes.
to get in there, right? So I think it's page 293 that says, is it 293? Maybe it's not 293.
For what?
There's a part where it says to not hold to the truth in your hour of need means you never knew the truth at
Oh,
all.
I love that line too. No, it's too. Oh, come on. What is it?
Mhm. I know it. I thought it was
Do not-
293.
It is. Yeah, I know which
But
one
it's
you mean,
not.
but I'm not.
But that idea to abandon the truth,
That's it.
right? To
To
abandon
abandon
your
the
truth
truth
in
and
your
your
time of need,
is
to know that you never knew the truth
never
at
knew
all.
at all.
And there's so many time periods where, it's easy. I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole idea of new thought and, the idea of success, the idea of money, all of that is easy when the bank account is full,
Yes.
when you're healthy, when you have friends galore, when you're in the right job, when you're creating and you're successful and it's so easy. But when you've gotten the diagnosis and you got $6 left in your account and you don't know where the money's coming from, and you have whatever happening in your world, then do you believe at that point, right? And that is where faith kicks in, and there is where
That's when you
belief
can
comes
tell
in.
how strong your faith is.
Right, because
there.
that is still just outside circumstances, though they're messing with
They're
you.
bad. Might be
Right.
Right. Might not be what you want to.
Especially,
Right.
again, like I said, mine shows up health. So
Which
when
is scary.
it is, I never had any health issues, and then all of a sudden, everything showed up. And I mean, I went from never taking a pill to, an AM, FM, AM, PM situation that I'm filling up. Like,
And you're like, what?
yeah. Like the first time I was told you're going to have to take a list with you, I was like, are you kidding me? So let me finish this one real quick here. It must first become established in the conscious mind. It will then transmit itself into a subjective embodiment. And when this happens, success will become habitual.
Oh, it's not so easy.
It is.
First, number one thing on this reading is the idea of a successful life will create success. The first thing is the idea of a successful life. You have to know your ideas of that. You don't just, just walk around doing life and then there's no intentional thought about what a success would be for you in different areas of your life. Like what does success look like for you in your health? What about in your purpose, your work, your money, your personal growth, your fun, your house, your space around you? Like what's your idea of success there? If you've never sat and taken time to think about that, then you're just living life. You're flopping around. Whatever God will give me, whatever and it's still okay coming through you.
And it's okay to be at the buffet of life, to pick the things you want.
Yes.
Versus bring me something I like.
Yes. Yes.
So
right.
I think that's our thing at this point, is to remember that to be a success, we have to have that thought in our mind. What is that big thought?
Yeah.
What is that consciousness that we want to have that looks like success? And remember that we're taking steps to it, right? We don't go A to J. We take all the letters there. We don't expect APS to, be paid just because we believe. We make those.
And I think we would really rob ourselves if we had the ability to jump.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so much in
It's
the movement to the thing, and then once you get to the thing, it's like you're like whatever, and then you but there's because that's the good stuff, really.
Sure.
The accomplishment of the goal, it's probably grand for that moment, but it's the same thing as Christmas. You open up your present and you're like, oh, okay. But all the going, wondering and then ripping it open, and then but that's the fun, amazing part of the whole experience. And if you could stop, once you start to step boldly into it, and then you grow and you learn a lot along the way. I get so many ahas for myself when I'm doing something, especially if it's new or I'm trying to get here and I'm working all, on the path there. It's like, oh, that was cool. Or, oh, I saw, look how I moved in that. It's instead of only seeing the end result, as you're moving through all of this,
That's another thing
an
that Michelle
amazing
talks about.
part of the journey.
She talks about it's not about reaching it. It's about who we
Reverend
become.
Reverend
Reverend Dr.
Whittington.
Michelle
Yeah. I'm like,
Whittington.
I do, really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
I like
But
that.
she says it's who you become in the process.
So cool.
So that's what we're looking for, is who we're becoming in the process. So anybody have anything? I know we did a lot of talking today.
I've been spewing at will, so.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your spews. Thanks for your spews. Well, I am so excited and so grateful for this month of success and growth
Yes.
and prosperity.
So much good stuff.
Yes.
This month.
I will not be here next month.
Next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah,
No, maybe the whole
next
month. No,
Oh
I'm.
my gosh.
I guess I'm going on a vacation apparently. Yay me! Next week, but you do have a guest. Yes.
I have a fun guest. I have Deborah Covington going to be here.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, so and we're getting the band back together for the concert. So
Yes,
that's
I love
cool
that.
too. But we'll be here sharing some ideas around what's the next one.
I
love
don't
how
know.
I just have this ready.
Yeah, see, I love us having that now. We can know what
Abundance
it
is my divine right, and I claim it now.
Oh, that sounds like a
Oh,
good
that's
one.
perfect.
And-
one.
And for my California fans, I will be in Menifee, so come on out to Menifee.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, you gonna pray us out?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay. Oh, with that sound, take a deep breath. And let it go. Recognizing the one power, one presence, one energy, one God. There is only one. There's only love. There's only joy. And each one of us is that manifestation, the perfect, unique, whole and complete version of the one. We are each that love, that joy. And as I speak from my truth of my knowing of who and whose I am, I know that our time together has been perfect. We are whole and complete through the process of coming together, of allowing ourselves to remember our truth, to recognize, to realize what success is in every area of life, to play in that thought, to hold it, to manifest it, to realize it, to bring it to us like the strong, powerful magnets that we are. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for our time together. I'm grateful for this truth. I'm grateful for the power that we are. And I let it go, know and trust that it's already done in the mind of God. And together we say,
And so it is.
You're so cute with your.
Ah, love it.
All
How can we
right.
support you?
Well, thanks for asking, Ann.
Support. Well, there's a couple ways. Yes, a couple simple ways. First of all, we would love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're just watching it for the first time and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. That helps everyone to know that there's something great going on here. If you feel fed by what we've provided today, by what our community is doing and how we're growing, you can choose to donate to us at beginwithinministries.com. It's right here, beginwithinministries.com. You can also become a spiritual church club partner. And our partners support us monthly, ongoing monthly, with a monthly donation of either $45 a month for an individual or $75 for a couple or a family. And they get fun things like our mugs, they get our journals. This is a year-long journal, so for the entire year, they get that. They get the VIP tickets to the concert coming.
Right, they
May 8th
get
too,
to
which
be
is
in the
so
concert
fun.
for free.
For
Woo-hoo!
free, yes.
Yeah.
And lots of other things when we have our
Mhm.
classes and stuff. So we would love the support of building this community. We love what we're doing here, and we see it growing way beyond even
Absolutely.
beyond Arizona and into other, other sites as well. So, and we want to support everyone with that. What else? Oh, like and share.
Like and share.
Bring visitors.
Exactly. Come in person. We're here.
Bring your friends. Let them know that we're here. Hang out with us. Yeah. I think that's
So there you go. Well, we so appreciate you joining us today, especially in Australia.
Australia.
Yay!
All right.
All
We'll
right.
see you next week without her, though.
Bye.
have
2
a
weeks.
better-
I'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back.
All right. There we go.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.